Today we are doing Präteritum. Präteritum. So I have this app I've built, and we're gonna study some Präteritum together. This has also like testing option, like testing feature, like flashcards feature, etc. But it's on mobile, right? On the web version doesn't have it. Maybe I'll build it sometimes. But for now, let's do this. So, ich war sehr beschäftigt und hatte wenig Zeit. So I'm sure beschäftigt is like busy or something. I'm not sure. But it should be busy. So, in Präteritum, we have this interesting like word. I don't know how would you call this grammatically, but let's call it a word for this video. So you have this, and it of course it has different versions for different pronouns. But if you're talking about yourself, if the pronoun is ich, then it is war. So ich war sehr. So I was very busy and had very little time. This is basically what it's trying to say here. How do you answer? Did you have time? Ja, ich hatte Zeit. Nein, ich hatte keine Zeit. And as you see here, haben verb is also changed in Präteritum. So it became hatte. So if it is ich, it is the haben becomes hatte. If it's du, I think it's hottest. Right. So this means yes, I had time. How do you answer? Were you tired yesterday? Ja, ich war müde. Nein, ich war nicht müde. Here we're saying yes, I was tired. No, I'm not tired. I wasn't tired. Let me just increase it. Okay. And here we have I was not allowed to go out. I don't know why you weren't allowed to go out, but this is an example sentence. Ich dürfte nicht rausgehen. So raus is like out or something. So I remember I have this I have this little book. I'm trying to find it right now. Yeah. So I have this little book. Called Charlie Brown. I'm sure you know Charlie Brown, and it is Charlie Brown für alle Lebenslagen. That's the actual title of the book, from Charles M. Schulz. And in the book somewhere it says komm raus und spiel. It's like come out and play, right? So that's how I know that raus means out, right? Komm raus und spiel. It's like I wasn't allowed, so we know that dürfte is also the Präteritum form of dürfen, being allowed to. So ich dürfte, I wasn't allowed to. Of course, like with nicht, I wasn't allowed to. go out, so rausgehen, right? It's like going out, outgoing, rausgehen. Ich wollte reisen, aber ich müsste arbeiten. This is I really like this sentence because it applies to me and my life. I wanna like it's not even past tense for me. Like I wanna travel, and I am traveling here and there, but I wanna travel more, but I need to work. So this literally applies to my life. So ich wollte reisen, aber ich musste arbeiten. So I wanted, of course, these are the Präteritum forms of these modal verbs. It's like I wanted to travel, right? Ich wollte reisen, but, ich musste arbeiten, right? But I had to work. Ich hatte keine Zeit, deshalb konnte ich nicht kommen. I had, again, the past like Präteritum form of haben. I had no time. Deshalb, I think it's some like it's like a so or something, means so. So I couldn't come. Again, the Präteritum form of können. So I couldn't come. All right. Ich hatte keine Zeit, deshalb konnte ich nicht kommen. And now the next one. Yeah, this is for everybody who needs to sleep early tonight, right? This goes for everybody, including me. I always sleep late, but even though ich war müde, I always sleep late. Okay. Ich war müde, I was tired. Und bin früh schlafen gegangen. I mean, schlafen, sleep, gegangen. It's like, this is, okay, so this is the Präteritum, and this is the normal past tense, right? So it's the mixed usage, like both past tenses are like both past structures in German used here. I don't know if there are any other past structures. I know only about two, because as you know, I'm like a beginner. So ich war müde, I was tired und bin früh schlafen gegangen. This is, as you know, the Partizip 2. As we've learned, I guess. I don't know if I made a video about it or not. I think I made one, but I'll make even more, me practicing that structure. But it has been, because this is like this is, I mean, if you're talking about like moving from one place to another, like this is a movement verb. So we need to use bin. So ich bin, right, früh schlafen gegangen. So let's go. If you have any questions, just ask me. I know I'm not a teacher or something, but I'll try to answer your questions. So now we have here which verbs commonly use Präteritum in speaking. So Präteritum is not something you use in day-to-day conversation. You use it, but like not for every verb, right? Because there are a lot of verbs that are irregular in Präteritum, and you don't add just like something at the end of the verb, instead you change the whole verb, right? For example, essen becomes us, which is kind of funny to me, but it becomes us, literally ASS. Of course, you use that German character, which is used for two S's side by side. So it is us, okay? Essen becomes us, and it's like the most. It's probably the most easiest one of the irregular verbs, because you kind of can like kind of guess that it is essen, but some of the verbs are like you cannot even guess. So but for these ones, these are, as far as I know, these are the most common ones that you use even in the day-to-day conversation. For example, sein. So ich war müde is like, it's even easier than using the partizip zwei form of past tense, right? It's easier. So people are using it. And haben, people are using it. Ich hatte. And modal verbs, people are using it a lot in conversation. So so if you get better in these ones, you are improving your day-to-day, like your daily conversation for sure. But again, I read that the other, like the rest of the Präteritum is commonly used in writing. So in like, I don't know, novels, or in maybe newspapers, in those mediums, in general, the rest of the Präteritum is used. But in conversation, these are the ones that you need to learn. Okay. So now what we have here is difference between perfect and Präteritum. So perfect is like ich habe gearbeitet, which is like you using haben oder sein, either two, and the verb itself changes. And in Präteritum it's ich arbeitete, right? So you add this te sound at the end. I think it should be called suffix or something like that. It should be a suffix, right? Ich arbeitete. But we use war, hatte, musste. So this is rare in speaking, but we use war, ich war, ich hatte, ich musste. This kind of stuff. This kind of thing. So again, like, you don't say ich arbeitete in conversation. It's rare. But in writing, you might see more of this kind of structure, as far as I have researched and know. As far as I read, anyways, let's keep going. How do you ask? Did you have time? Hattest du Zeit? So this is the question form of Präteritum, which is very basic. You put the verb in the beginning. So hattest is the form, Präteritum form of like do. Like haben becomes hattest when it's used with the pronoun do. Okay, so hattest du Zeit? Did you have time? If it's ich, it becomes hatte. If it's du, it becomes hattest. Did you have time? So it was haben. Now it's sein. If we use sein in the sentence, in a question sentence, it becomes warst du müde? That's like, you know, in ich it becomes war, so ich war müde. If I ask the question, were you tired? Like I was tired, but were you tired? Warst du müde? So this is basically it. How do you negate a Präteritum sentence? Alright, so we use nicht or kein. Okay, so ich war nicht müde. Right, ich war nicht müde. I actually need to refresh my like knowledge on nicht and kein. But if I remembered correctly, you use nicht in like adjectives, right? As you can see here, ich war nicht müde. Müde. I wasn't tired. Or ich hatte kein Geld. This is kein. Use kein with nouns. So ich hatte kein Geld. I had no money. You know, I didn't have money. Right. So if it's adjectives, you use nicht. If it's nouns, you use kein. If it's verbs, I think you also use nicht, but I had to refresh my knowledge on that. You know what I mean? So, what is the sentence structure in Präteritum? We already know this. Subject, verb, and the whatever comes later. So, ich, subject, verb, which is war, and then the adjective, you know, müde. Let's see. Why is ich habe arbeiten müssen less natural in speaking? Because in habe you use Präteritum. Sorry, in müssen you use Präteritum. So like in modal verbs, it is common to use Präteritum form. So it should be ich musste arbeiten again. Müssen becomes musste. So you like add te suffix to the modal verb. So it's like müssen, müsste, dürfen, dürfte. It's like können. I think it's könnte. So what else? Möchten. It should be möchte, but I'm not sure. What else? Wollen becomes wollte, if I'm remembering correctly. But you know that. I think you got the gist of it, right? Like it's you add te at the end. Modal verbs, so that's why it's not natural, because people are using Präteritum in modal verbs. Like ich dürfte gehen. I was allowed to go. Okay, wollen, wollte. Okay, I did it. I said it right. Wollen becomes wollte. So I wanted to travel. Ich wollte reisen. Okay, it's been like, let me check. It's been 19 minutes. Maybe we'll keep going in the next video. So for this video, thank you for watching. Let's see you in the next video. Bye. Tschüss.